Bastion, as the music gets a little more exuberant than is probably necessary. Here we go. So we are in the process of collecting our last few shards to repair the monument here.
We'll all be better off
if memory
once
serves.
Bastion is complete.
Got quite a menagerie started. All of our little friends. Alright, ask about the music player found on Mount Zand. Is it alright if we use this here? It's not like the neighbors are going to complain.
It's true, a little song can put things in perspective.
Thanks, Rux. Zia, thoughts? Do you know how to use something like this? I thought you might like it.
Right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier.
Alright, and what does the gramophone do? Nice. Lets you select which Bastion music you're currently in the mood for. I can appreciate that.
The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
Alright, so we can either upgrade the arsenal or the shrine. Let's go ahead and finally give the arsenal its due.
The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection.
So, instantly springs open to immobilize foes in the user's vicinity. That does sound rather handy. Alright, so we've got the mortar and the bellows currently equipped. Let's switch this back to dueling pistols. At the very least, I am having way too much fun with these fire bellows, especially just as we get through the wilds, particularly. Let's stick with that for now. Good morning and welcome. Alright, we do have something greasy, but we do not have enough shards just yet. We'll keep saving up. Do have enough shards for that, but we'll keep saving up. Let's see what's up next.
The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Burstone Quarry, alright. That must be our only level. The rest of these are proving grounds, which I do need to come back and clean up a few rewards on, I'm sure, before the end. But let's jump to the quarry.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Caelondia. It takes hard work
I'm fine.
and planning, and it also takes Burstone Quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails.
Interesting.
Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit.
A friendly gas fella. Alright. I'll help you out, buddy.
The quarry ain't exactly
And
up
I've
to
fallen.
safety standards no more.
That didn't take long. There we go.
The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nesting in those rocks. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest
And
ones
that's two.
remember things.
Alright, what does this switch do? Alright.
The
Switch your
quarry's
spires
secrets
out?
ain't exactly obvious.
Wonder if that would have knocked out a few of those. Not sure. Alright, so now I gotta switch it again to get past.
They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them.
Level 5.
Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods.
Alright, they're giving me another chance to swap out my weaponry. Oh, that just barely reaches. Yeah. Alright. Heading back this way for just a second. I feel like I'm missing something here.
Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities.
Anytime, Stink Eyes. Ready when you are.
Even Stink Eyes started taking root in here.
Alright, so I locked that one off. See if this closes it. There we go.
Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the rattletails at bay.
Alright, now should be clear to go down. That's gonna be a lot of thorns coming my way once we hit the switch.
On top of that, you know the Ura hated anything above ground. Might be the quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking.
So close. Lost more health that way than to the thorns. Alright, so yeah, this is gonna be uncomfortable.
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend.
Alright.
Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen.
It seems to block it off completely. Fair enough.
The largest ones, you know as cores. Single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district.
Just barely. Alright.
smaller ones. We call them shards.
Slipping on past.
A shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland.
Alright, I can finally switch again. Let's explore a bit first.
Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use.
And now he's angry. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry I offended you, gas fella. Okay. Finally got a second to breathe here. So I haven't switched that one yet. We're already upon another switch as well. Let's try this. Looks like it blocks that one off completely. Check down here. Alright.
Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry?
What's the worst thing?
Beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive.
Hello, Sir Lunky.
Many of our boys. We just gotta get rid of him.
I'm going to need some much fancier footwork for this.
You never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone.
Alright.
Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you all right? It says.
It's been so long since I've heard a voice. I can't imagine who that would be. Oh, that's Spiky. Alright. Everything wants to kill me.
It's him. I've come to warn
Hello
you,
again.
he says.
That's very generous of you. It's good to see you, first of all. And your warning? Fractured monument. Ask Zolf why he left the Bastion. Why? What happened back there between you and
The
Rux?
Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
Is that the warning? Well, that's fair enough. But, see, I left my Rux back there, and I'm gonna have to go back regardless.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred.
That's where I left my Rux, you see.
If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you.
Squeeze. Alright, see you later. Sorry you felt like you had to betray us.
Countrymen will.
Alright. I don't know if they're implying this is the final shard, or just perhaps close to the final shard. Let's see what it does.
Say what you will about Zolf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care
okay.
for pleasantries, though.
He was not kidding.
Zolf showed him the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this.
About the back way, you mean? Yeah.
Seems the Ura
That would have saved me some time. You give me back my Zia. Unless she wants to stay with you, it's really her choice because she is sentient. But if she wants to come back here, you give me back my Zia.
They broke in, and they started digging their holes. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away at this place. We tried
Hey,
to stop them, but we
you
needed
leave my pets alone. That's Mr. Wiggles and Snuggums. That's Mr. Snuggum Wiggles. Oh, so much. So much angry piercing.
Oh, baby pecker. He don't make it.
Oh, come on. You give me back my baby pecker. Wait, no, that didn't.
He don't make it.
Oh, come on. Did the ankle gator make it?
Somehow, some way, he sends those.
That went very poorly if I lost 2 out of 3.
Matter. Zolf's plan worked.
Well, my cheeks are crimson with shame. Moving on.
We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came.
Be straight
To
with me,
get us
Rux.
back for the calamity.
What did you do?
It was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out.
You son of a
That plan
Rux.
backfired, didn't it?
I'm sorry, I'm blaming you
If
all
only Zolf
exclusively
knew
for
the
this.
whole
I'm sure.
Story.
Okay. Ask about the harp guitar, cast aside in front of the Bastion. Where is Zia? Did you see what happened
What
to
were
her?
we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
I'm sorry about your friends, Ankle Gator. I failed you. And I will not soon forget.
The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started.
Alright, so we do still have access to our buildings, but everything is a little bit, broken.
Seems
Final
the gods
upgrade.
recommended this place to all their friends. Now all we need is one last shard.
Alright, we gained the required number of mementos, 15.
A still life of old unwanted keepsakes.
We defeated the required number of specific beasts, or different species of beasts, rather.
Mercy.
15.
The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot.
We put 12 bullets in a single foe without missing.
Listeners, the wild's what they're calling.
Good morning, hey there. Happy Saturday indeed. And I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm certainly hanging in there. A better morning than most on a lovely Saturday with you all. Reached level 5.
We haven't lost everything, long as we have that.
And create every structure in the Bastion.
Sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild. I've
Give
asked
me a
lot
little
the
bit of
kid,
spending money.
but this is something he's done on his own.
Oh yeah. There we go. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is going to continue to be as helpful as it has been. It is saving me from a lot of things, but it's also putting me in very bad positions, having to be that close to enemies, so it's dangerous. Alright. Don't have any of that. And right now we're kind of using it as our melee weapon, so let me try something greasy here. Bullets cripple foes or 25% damage.
You never guess those
Yeah,
things.
let's get a
been
little
to
extra
the
damage.
wilds and back.
Alright. Checking the lost and found too, real quick. That would be interesting. A burning carousel of fire. That's for the mortar. Foul is for the bellows. Let's grab one of those. Lovely. We still don't know what something wrong is. One weapon yet to find. Alright. Fuel generation, sure.
That thing's liable to blow up on you.
Alright. And distillery. I guess we leveled up again. So we have another slot here. Reduce damage from falling. I think we're kind of past the places where that would have really helped. Though, having said that, I will fall again, don't worry. But that last level was really the bad one. However, there's nothing else I really need more than that. Speed while defending would be great, but yeah, let's just do reduced falling damage for now.
Fallen mold.
We'll see how that works.
Crunchy minerals that'll keep you safe out on them rocks.
Crunchy minerals.
The Ura swooped down from
That's
the
what I
east.
like in my drink.
At least now we know the way.
Okay. Urzendra Gate. Zulf's agents must also want the final shard, knowing that it is the key to undoing the harm they caused. So this may in fact be it. Like, obviously we have lots of challenge modes and proving grounds to do, but we may have gotten to the last little story bit. Let's see here. Let's see if I'm capable of surviving, is the big question.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is.
Oh, mother. What a mess
Like
we've
that
made of
could've
things.
only been made by hand.
Okay, interesting turn of phrase. Alright.
Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand is living proof of that.
I can't light the campfire. I see. I see how it is.
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out.
Isn't that always how the worst ideas start? With the good intention of never wanting to go to war again. And then you think, but let's not try anything diplomatic.
We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions.
Seems to be a
far
sort
beyond
of
the city. We traveled near as far as the kid's going right now.
Pardon me, Rox. Seems to be a sort of montage headed east here. I'm seeing all the areas we've been through already. Once more, as we go to their gate. Score!
Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit.
But one of them bore a papaya.
breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people.
A little something fancy under the bench there. That's what I like to see. That's what I got arrested for in
It
Barcelona.
came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven.
What?
Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer.
Oh, that was devastating. That really plucked me
With
right
his
in the
help,
heartstring
Mancers
there.
devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
Pardon me. I'm trying to nap here. If you would just give me a moment. 3 to 6 hours would be fine. Thank you. I'll be back with you soon. Soon? That's very sweet of him to wait. Thank you, sir. Good sportsmanship all around. Except for me with the flamethrower. That wasn't very good sportsmanship. Sorry.
This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
And so they used it as their second plan. Old Thailand, a tonic island, a Thailand. There we go. I got too excited and jumped right to the punchline. Won't happen again, I promise. No, it'll never, ever happen again. There's that something wrong. I wonder what the weapon is for that.
But Ven didn't like
I've
being
completely forgotten it
manipulated.
at this point.
He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the Mancers.
It's getting very icy.
Set it to blow up in their faces.
So if I've been following along with the narration there right, it seemed to be Celandia's idea to set off a bomb or something that would seal all of the terminals, the like entryways to the Ura's underground tunnels, which would basically leave them underground, us above ground. We're separated. You have fun. We'll have fun. Like, that's not really how this works, I don't think. And so they're saying that a Ura scientist, Ven, sabotaged the project. So instead of sealing their tunnels, it blew up Celandia. And rightfully so at that point, really. I don't know if it would have been entirely safe to seal the Ura underground. Like, that is where they live, but don't they need to come up for supplies?
Pull that trigger.
I don't know. Suppose I can walk across this. There we go. Seems like the Ura have every right to be a little upset with us, if that is the case. And we're just... our plan to seal them all away from us because we thought they were dirty didn't work. And, they killed some of us because we were gonna blow up their tunnel. It's like we don't really have a right to be angry, but okay. Day 7 of my travel montage.
But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
My ankles. Alright, there's the shard. Sorry about this. Oh, he's taking
Too
it
bad
back.
the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front.
That's fair.
For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off.
All right. Hitting the bouncy pad.
First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia.
Zia, have you needed rescuing? Here's a comment card. Yes, no. Check 1.
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move. But we knew ours already.
Alright, so I tried to grab the shard. I didn't get it. Sorry, Rux.
Sometimes a
Empty-handed.
single look says it all. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Zia detected in Zoltan's Hollow. The Aura launched their assault on the Bastion from this outpost. Zia must be here. Well, if you say so.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it?
That looks like a new weapon.
Personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike. They never saw him coming.
Calamity Cannon. That must be what something wrong is for.
He gets his hands on the care package I sent him.
Okay, so I still have the bellows. Interesting.
It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
I see. I can't aim, but I see.
Calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow.
It's a little hard to keep from veering off course at the
They
last
got their
second.
own security and everything. Pretty fancy even. Still, they ain't used to having visitors around.
Also hard to keep myself from veering off course at the last second. This is such a weird selection of weapons I have.
They've got these conductors that
Okay.
are what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the Calamity rocks slink back into the ground. Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now.
Alright, so they are allowing me to switch out weapons. I am not very good with this Calamity Cannon, which makes me want to switch it back to pistols. But I don't know if I'm going to need that cannon for the big to-do later, the big cotillion. Let's go pistols.
Kid's done using the Calamity's power for now, but the Ura ain't finished. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
Looks like we're headed up. For now.
By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow.
Come back here. You incredibly talented teleporter, you. What is this eye-looking thing? That's weird. And beautiful. And weirdly beautiful. Ahoy hoy, welcome. Welcome in the chat. And elsewhere.
They're easy targets.
If anyone was hoping for some stink-eye artichoke hearts, well, the dinner bell is about to ring.
Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
Okay, we're getting there.
The Ura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther.
Striking a little close to home.
Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening.
Yeah, that was completely unnecessary. Just launched off. I love cliff diving. Something foul, lovely. Bellows material. Alright, so there was still this blockage down here. I would be surprised if they're making me leave it behind. Maybe I am missing another way to get past. Let's do a little search. If you'll pardon my night solaring. I don't think it's this far back. Weird. So I'm not sure when that barrier is removed exactly. And I've fallen. Huh, am I on this side of it now? That's
He's
weird.
picking the whole place apart, piece by piece.
I truly don't know how you're supposed to do that. Okay. I think that just seemed to be a happy accident. But good, we got it. Back to the main event.
Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it.
I mean, yeah, we tried to kill all of you, but we're doing our best.
Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over.
Oh, that's probably the way to do it, and that's probably why they gave you the Calamity Cannon, because then you can get those from any distance. And those are what gets rid of the
Suppose old
Calamity
souls should've got
rocks
to
or
know
whatever
us
they're called.
better.
So that's how I got back there. Actually, I glitched it to get back there, but that's how I should have gotten back there.
Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew.
That makes way more sense. So yes, that's why they want you to have the Calamity Cannon for this. But doing it the hard way. So it's just interesting to note as we get near the end here that this game, like the entire mechanic of it, everything you do is just fighting. You're upgrading and unlocking your weapons. You're forging your weapons to be more devastating and more powerful and more easy to kill people with than ever before. And the entire game has like challenge modes, proving grounds, get better, get faster, kill quicker. And they keep pushing you up to that point. Like everything is about combat. It's just sort of interesting to note that is the entire theme of the game up until this point. Which in my opinion makes the ending very, very special.
Zulf, the Ura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry.
Ah, jeez. Good thing I have that fall damage tonic. This is rough. Alright.
But when this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge. As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns.
We got their crossbow dudes. With big guns.
There's nothing standing in his way no more.
Okay.
He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon.
Child's drawing.
All those dreams snuffed out in the calamity. We'll bring them back.
A memento and crude but heartfelt illustration inscribed in chalk on a stone surface. Unlike most of the Ura civilization, it survived the calamity, more or less intact. Zulf, is this yours? It's very good.
Way out there on the edge of the world. That's where he finally
The
finds you.
brush strokes
But it ain't like
hold a lot of
love this
compassion.
time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, You weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true.
Alright. Pardon me, miss. Does this belong
Sure you
to
didn't
you?
drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you?
And show Zia the simple drawing. The Calamity took everything from the Ura, didn't it? Besides their will
They
to
lost
fight.
everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back.
Show the simple drawing. This was one of the only traces left of the
I don't need
Ura.
to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
So it's really interesting, because it's like we were trying to seal us apart, but we weren't trying to hurt them. They didn't want to be sealed apart, or didn't know that we weren't trying to hurt them, and stopped it, which caused the Calamity, which then hurt us both. It's not like them sabotaging the Calamity only blew up Caelondia, it blew up everything. So it's like it was our fault that they retaliated. And it's just weird, it's just complicated
The
now.
walls floated by, so I caught the kid's old knapsack.
Oh, that's interesting. So now I seem to have Zulf's backstory, Zia's backstory, and I'm guessing my own backstory? Let's check
It's
that.
hard to sleep easy these days, what with everything that's happened. Zolf, very soon the kid's gonna have to face that man again, for the last time.
Or maybe this isn't my backstory, but more about Zulf or something else. I'm not sure. Let's see, and stop speculating. Hello?
They met on the worst day of Zolf's life. There in the Hanging Gardens, he aimed to throw it all away.
Such a tragic turn of phrase. Especially in the Hanging Gardens.
It wasn't the first time Zolf had nothing to lose. He was born to a simple Ura couple who didn't last long before plague took him. He grew up hungry in the tunnels of the Tazzle terminals, so he took to stealing from a Caelondian missionary living there. He once got sloppy with his thieving hands. The missionary caught him, but didn't rat him out. Instead, he offered to take him in. That missionary raised Zolf like a gentleman, like it was his own son. Taught him theology, history, and mercy. missionary passed away, Zolf promised to continue his work to bring about a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. Zolf started teaching the missionaries wisdom to any Ura who would listen, and listen they did.
So close. So close to not falling off the edge. Like half a second while you're using the bellows, you're not aiming correctly on those rolls. It's really weird. Not that I would be aiming correctly regardless.
He advocated tolerance and argued that the Ura should atone for the war. He believed the city had much to teach his people. However, Zolf felt he could only do so much in the Tassel terminals. He needed Caelondia to know the Ura had changed. He decided to do what the missionary did many years before. He left the
Low
city
on health tonics.
to brave a savage land. It's all right.
Alright. Come on now.
The journey was hard, but he knew how to fend for himself. And then at last, Zolf saw the rippling walls on the horizon.
That's gonna end in tears.
Don't worry about it. He endeared himself to city folk straight away, and in turn he fell in love with the city and its people. One in particular. This young lady was fascinated by the Ura, but she never met anyone like Zolf. She told him she knew all the city's best-kept secrets.
7 reflections remain, but I will likely not be lasting much longer, regrettably. So we'll have to come back and try this again. Perhaps with more upgrades.
The Hanging Gardens was their favorite spot. It was there that Zolf clasped her hands and proposed in proper Caelondian style. He celebrated with his friends long into the night. Joy and revelry like he'd never seen. Too bad he couldn't remember it all.
that life wine. Alright, back to the Bastion for now. We'll come back and try those again. I think I still have his pipe to finish, too. We got the stock pot, but we'll have to come back for those, too. Nothing I absolutely have to have, but let's check the forge. Damage resistance when firing. Now that would be helpful, because it does slow you down and lock you to one angle. It would help to be more defensive while doing that. However, attack speed is always handy too. I'm trying to remember what the fire bellows one. It was like all those birds that are very hard to catch. So I don't think you would need any damage resistance for the proving ground. It would definitely be good to go.
The thing about using that gas can is keeping a grip.
We can always switch it. All right. My other weapon is just pistols at the moment. I don't have any upgrade material for that.
Once the kid gets that last shard from Zulf, it'll all be over.
Alright, there's the Calamity Cannon proving ground, I'm assuming. So this is it, I do believe. The Tazzle terminals, Zulf detected. He bides his time within the remains of the Ura's massive underground sprawl. So that will be the last mission, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's run back. I can't remember if we did this one or if we only got second place. I'm sure I should remember.
Don't mean you gotta be
we did get it, alright. No, there it is. I spoke too soon. We still need to get first place. And I just completely forget. It must be a timed thing, so let me return to Bastion. So sorry, trying to refresh my memory here. Let's see if we're upgraded enough to be able to grab this. Bullet scatter eliminated, that's good. Damage is good. I don't know if any penetrations would matter for this, but I also don't know if ricochet would matter at all, so yeah. Let's try that. So this could take like a few less shots, 25% less than it took last time. Let's see if that's enough to get us the first prize. Second prize still, alright. Does it tell you what 700 or more. Alright, so just the tiniest bit quicker would probably do it. It may be that you need that last upgrade tier. I'm not sure. But we're getting close, certainly. Let's head back to the forge and do that same thing, but with a mind for the fire bellows. See if there's any upgrades that would help us with our large spread of birds. Let's do flame spread a little wider. Damage per flame. We'll do fuel generation, sure. And attack speed. I'm hoping I don't need that other fuel generation too, but the wider spread has to be more helpful for these birds. Let's try it there. I forget where the bellows are. There we are. Back to the old Grady incinerator. What are we trying for? If it will remind us. Maybe it won't until we've made our attempt. Okay.
Wasn't it way to teach those peckers some respect?
Guess that was it. First prize. Alright, what did we get? Ring of Fire. What a terrible prize. No, I'm sure it's helpful. I'm sure it's not what I'm thinking of.
Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash?
So yes, what is this? A technique that causes an expanding wall of flame to sweep through the vicinity. That sounds very helpful. Sure. Alright.
If you're feeling low,
Anything
count
else?
on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon.
Anything else we need to do before we hit up the Tassel terminals? We can always come back for the other proving grounds and challenges and things. Let's go for it. Once you enter this area, there is no turning back. Are you ready? Oh, I hope so. As long as we can survive, I am ready to see this ending again. I have been very excited to get back to this point.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right.
So Rooks now, our dear narrator, cannot tell this story.
Just needs
He's
to get that shard from Zolf and come on home.
he's speculating now. He doesn't know what's happening to me.
The calamity hit the Tassel terminals hardest of all.
I did forget to switch these back to their more utilitarian purposes. They were switched to Proving Grounds mode, and that might be a mistake. We'll see how it
The
goes.
place was his home. All his old friends and family were there. Taken by the calamity. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting. You know what's funny? There's not much left to do here at the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand.
Interesting, just in the way he's telling this now, we know to Zia, it seems like we've caught up, and we can safely say that this whole time he has been recounting the story to Zia. And that's why he's been narrating every single thing you've done. But now he's just kind of speculating with her about what's happening to you. We're caught up to the present day.
When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. What happens to Zulf will no longer matter. This disease the Arab planted here will go away. Zealandia will be whole again.
Jeez. Quite the ambush.
Everyone will be all right.
Give me a moment. I guess that's where we're headed.
Problem is, we'll all be gone. But we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
Sorry.
Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. The way things were before this story.
Press A to hop. Interesting. Huh. I've never been able to do that before now. Thanks, hopscotch.
You be your own
Goes down smooth.
Think of all those times that didn't go your way. those little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
It's coming apart.
No mistakes. Anyone you've ever heard. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand?
Oh, that would be grand. Except for the fact that you'd have to do it over again.
Agree.
Your whole sordid life.
I guess there's nothing more to say.
Just take a little breather here. While they're being very, very honorable, thank you. Alright. Come on now. None of my dodges are actually dodging him.
Who am I kidding? Look. There's something else.
There's always something else.
How come I know so much about the Bastion? Well,
Yeah, how come, Rooks?
But that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
Yeah, what's to stop it, Rooks?
The answer is... I don't know. You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
This faded color scheme is so beautiful, too. I love this area.
That's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Oh, hello, Pith. Nice to see you again. Battering
The weight of
ram.
the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
That's quite a weapon. Press B to slam. Oh.
Bastion does have another function. Strictly
Press
speaking.
Y for slam poetry? Huh, that's weird. Left trigger to defend with the ram. Nice. Okay. So I cannot jump anymore or dodge roll. But I can defend and absolutely batter the hell out of people.
If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here. Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together. You know, Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
Following that theme of just...
All they want now is to see the Bastion fall.
Following that theme of them continuing to press the violence and your power. You're kind of at the height of it now. You're basically completely invincible with this battering ram. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. There we go. I forgot to grab some water earlier. That's more like it. All right.
Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Celandia. He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency, though, has he? He tried to warn me about his plans. He tried to warn the kid. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride, either.
Nothing stands between us and the shard now. Let's go grab this. As slow as my little tippy toes are taking us, let's go grab this. Alright.
One thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zolf. So, they have pushed you all the way up to this point where you have this weapon that you don't even have to try to survive. You can easily use it to wipe out the Ura, as you please. Or you can set down the battering ram, the best weapon we've found so far, and instead pick up Zulf, who seems to have been betrayed by his fellow Ura. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet... So you can move on, and all that matters is the safe return of the shard. And you've never really gotten that moment that I would have sort of expected with Zulf. You know, he did get to warn you, and he said, don't go back to the Bastion. But that was only protecting you, it wasn't protecting Rux. And so, he isn't fully, say, I can't think of the word for it, redeemed, necessarily. He didn't fully apologize or do anything like that. However, obviously the clear choice is to set down the weapon and pick up Zulf instead. No one should be betrayed and left face down on a crystal platform. So we've lost our battering ram.
Kid in one corner, and Zulf in the other. Ain't much of a fight.
And I'm going even slower now as I carry Zulf's body.
Don't you
And
worry,
I cannot dodge, and I
once the
cannot
Bastion's
fight.
Restored, it'll all be all right.
And this is probably my favorite part in a video game.
You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
Out of potions.
I see your star, you left it burning.
But they've stopped.
Mother, eyes open wide, feel your heart and it's glowing.
Kid's probably dealt with Zulf by now. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
That part just means an awful lot to me.
Hey, kid.
Hey, Rux. Having a little trouble getting up.
Get up, kid.
Okay, I'll try.
Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up.
Oh, it definitely ain't funny.
That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid.
Hey, Rox. Alright. Ask about the Bastion's restorative power. What will it feel like when the Bastion fixes everything?
Undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
So that seems to be one of my choices. I can use the machine of the Bastion to effectively undo the calamity, go back in time to a more peaceful age, and then there's no guarantee that events won't follow exactly the same path they already have. You know, we would keep our knowledge and we may be able to change it, but we're not sure if we'd end up in this exact same position. Ask about the Bastion's evacuation mode. If you could go anywhere, would you go back or someone else or somewhere else?
Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
Tell Rooks about what happened to Zulf. He never learned the whole truth,
Zulf
did he?
only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him.
At the end of their careers, the marshals used to return their badges to the city.
Got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
And talk about what it took to get to this point. The windbags, the beasts of the wild, the Ura, they all fought so hard to stop this
Don't
moment.
let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
All right, Zia. Hi. Ask Zia about the Bastion's restorative power. Do you think this is going to work? What do you think I should do?
So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
If you could go anywhere you wanted, where would you
If I
go?
could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
So there is no specific destination in mind? Like if you use the evacuation, you can either go back in time and everything happens again, or maybe not. Or you can go anywhere. The evacuation mode is like you can just fly around in the Bastion as an airship. So there is no specific destination in mind. It's just the idea of freedom that you're being offered. Tell Zia about what happened to Zulf. His own people turned on him when his plan to destroy the Bastion faltered.
Talked me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed.
They were very brave. But there was nothing left for them but their revenge.
When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up.
Isn't there some moment in your life you wish you could go back
Any
to?
moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
So, if I initiate the evacuation protocol, it will damage the core receptacles and disable the restoration protocol. If I use the restoration protocol, it will restore the world to a previous state and is irreversible. The way that Zia speaks of it makes it seem like evacuation is the right choice. All of her favorite memories happened after the calamity, and if she could go anywhere in the world, she would stay right here with me and Rux. It's a very sweet thought and very lovely. However, even if things end up exactly the same way they have, even if we end up back in this calamity, to evacuate seems like it would be abandoning the entirety of the surviving Ura people, who just made a very sweet gesture to me personally, moments ago. So restoration seems so weird. It's like I don't know if it will actually have any purpose, and I don't know if any of the Uran lives I would want to save would be saved by it, but it would give them more time, and it would bring back everyone that I was forced to actually kill. And to evacuate now without taking that chance just seems a little selfish. So I think I'm going to do restoration for those reasons. Maybe flawed logic, but here we go. To honor the fact that you guys, the Uran people, caught on to the fact that I was not attacking you or doing a Trojan horse maneuver, and you laid down your weapons, and you in fact defended me even against your own people when they continued to attack, means a great deal to me, and for that reason I will restore.
It's finished. Now, sit tight. It'll be over soon. No matter what happens next, you're done good. I suppose all that's left is to try and remember this moment. The Bastion's gonna take us back to a better time before any of this. Might be we'll forget everything you've done and each other. Though after all we've been through, I find that hard to believe. So long, kid. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Zealandia, we're coming home.
I set myself, fly the wind, it will take me back to my home, sweet home. Lie on my back, cloud to make it wait for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it flying for me. Brother, I'm here.
All right. As much as I would hate to interrupt this lovely song, please go listen to it. Absolutely amazing. The Bastion soundtrack in its entirety is fantastic. I will end it here for now, just to limit the possibility of copyright infringement. Thank you so very, very much for your time in coming on this journey with me. It's still playing back there, but well, it'll be fine. Thank you guys for your time. I absolutely adore that ending. The way they push you to get better and better and better at combat, and then it's not important to be good at combat at the end. That's not what the true decisions are about. I absolutely love the way they set that up. And it Means a lot to me to be able to play it again these, 7 years later, and it's still just as impactful. Alright, we will be back for the next adventure, soonish. Soonish, certainly. And thank you for your time on this one. Bye for now.